CES 2019 is almost here, and I'm gonna be there. Let's talk about the tech I'm gonna bring in my bag. Let's talk about what I'm hoping to see at CES, and let's talk about who I hope to run into at CES. It's gonna be a good time. I can't wait. We're gonna talk about it right here on 3D Printing Nerd. Welcome back. Let's see, I was at CES 2 years ago in 2017. That's when I went down thanks to my patrons and I met up with Joseph Prusa. And then he introduced me to Simone Yetz, who then brought me on to test it. I met up with the people at the Lulzbot booth. I did a tour of the Dagoma booth, and that's how I got access to the Dagoma Neva. That was a lot of fun. In 2018, Lulzbot brought me down to CES, and I did a video on their manufacturing and assembly process of the Lulzbot Mini. I then did a video, I remember with Airwolf and with XYZ Printing. That was a lot of fun. This year, though, this year looks to be cool. I'm going down by myself as a free agent. Well, sort of as a free agent. My tickets are being provided for by a company, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but I paid my own airfare. Thanks again to my patrons. I'm making some interesting choices for the tech I'm bringing down in my bag. There's some people who I'm looking forward to seeing you may not think that I know of, or people that you may not think are on my radar. So that's interesting. I did bring my I like to make stuff little notebook. I have this whole page devoted to CES 2019 video. So let's get down to it.
Hey Dad, what's in your bag for CES?
Well, that's a really good question, Sydney. Thank you for asking me. In my bag, I'm making some interesting tech choices, and I'm doing this because the previous 2 years, I brought large cameras. I brought lots of audio equipment. I brought tripods. I brought a lot of stuff that I then had to care for and either find a place to stash or bring it with me as I walked on the CES floor. This year, we're doing things a little differently. And to start us off, it's all about this thing right here. This is the DJI Pocket Osmo, and I picked this up not too long ago. This is a gimbal stabilized 4K 60 camera platform. It also does really cool tricks with pano shots. It'll do some slow motion stuff in 1080p 120. It's a solid camera platform and it does a really good job. And I thought, this is gonna be the ultimate hardware test then. Why don't we bring this camera and see if it's capable of covering an event at the capacity that I wanna cover it. So the DJI Pocket Osmo is gonna be my main camera down there. I think it's going to influence the way that I shoot the things that I want to shoot and the B-roll that I want to get. So DJI Pocket Osmo, and a review is coming soon. The Pocket Osmo doesn't have a removable battery. It has a USB-C port on the bottom. So along with the Pocket Osmo comes a USB-C to USB cord and batteries. It holds a charge pretty well, but this giant battery that I have right here, it's fully charged. It takes a while to charge. It'll charge an iPhone 3 different times. I figure with the battery that's on the Osmo, it should do just fine. It should cover me for a day. Then I can just charge it at night. I also have this thing called a fuel rod. I picked that up at Disneyland last time I was there, but it's a battery and it'll plug into that Osmo and it should work. The other camera I'm taking as a B camera or something to get close-up shots with is the Sony RX100 Mark V. I bought this camera because the sensor reproduces color better than many of the things out there. It's immaculate what this camera is able to produce. It also does some crazy good slow motion capture. And if I film at 1080p instead of 4K, the battery actually lasts a decent amount of time. Filming at 4K, the unit will overheat and it will cut short your recording time. Sony knows about this issue. Let's hope they fix it in a revision. But the RX100 Mark V is going to give me some of the best B-roll shots that I can get. That's coming along. Knowing that it's going to eat through batteries, I do have a spare RX100 Mark V battery and I do have an external charger. And so I can technically charge one battery in this camera via USB, and I can charge the other one via an AC outlet. We should be good to go. The RX100 takes SD cards and the Pocket Osmo takes micro SD cards, so it's only appropriate that I get myself a really good SD card and micro SD card holder. I do have more SD cards. I will populate this, but This cool SD card case from Pelican, I think will do the job. It's got a good seal on it, which I'm hoping won't have to come into play, but it's got a good latch. It's got a good place to hold on to it. I'm really looking forward to putting this through its paces and taking it with me. This was a Christmas gift. Thank you, Mom and Dad. You may be asking yourself, Joel, what about audio? Well, audio, that's interesting because the Pocket Osmo doesn't have an external microphone input. It has decent onboard mics, but no external. This, the Sony RX100, also doesn't have an external microphone input, so I have to be creative. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually using it, I'm using it right now. This is my Zoom H6. And it has a tripod mount right there. What I'm going to do is create a belt clip for that. And it runs on AA's and it runs for a long time. And then what I can do, hit record for a while, film some stuff, and then sync it back in post. That will allow me to capture really good audio from a lav microphone rather than relying on whatever onboard mics these cameras have. I think that's important for CES because if I have to explain any detail about something, you're not going to want me fighting crowd noise to yell it at you. You're going to want the smooth, bassy tones that a lavalier microphone provides. On this H6 is the Sennheiser AVX microphone receiver. Here, I have one over here, let me show you. The Sennheiser AVX system is a decent microphone system. There are no settings to play with, and it's perfect if you just want something that's plug and play, ready to go. It's just an XLR plug, and it's got this little blue part on there and it rotates a little bit. And that actually is very, very useful. This is the sender. This is the little pack you wear on yourself. One of the interesting things, the battery on this will last a good 12, 13 hours easily. The one that I'm wearing right now, I haven't charged in a couple weeks and it's made all the videos I've put out. This thing though, tiny, tiny little battery. I have a spare, which I will bring. They charge via micro USB. And I happen to have a micro USB cable. So of these batteries right here, they can also provide a charge to this. With SD cards, if I load them all up, I'm not gonna be able to shoot anything. So I'm gonna bring this. This is my Kingston multi-reader, multi-SD card reader. It can fit CF and SD and micro and memory stick and memory stick duo, which I don't know if anybody uses anymore. Plus, it's USB 3, so it has nice fast transfer rates. And that means I can hook it up to this. This is my Asus ROG gaming laptop, or ROG being Republic of Gamers. I got it because it's Core i7, it had a terabyte of hard drive space, and it was on sale at Best Buy, super duper cheap. And so I picked this up a while ago to run my VR system. Works great, but it also chews through video pretty easily. So I'm gonna bring this, hook this up. I'll have this equipment right here. I'll have my Adobe products preloaded. It stands a chance that you may see video from CES while CES is still going on. Fingers crossed, that's my goal. If that doesn't happen, obviously you'll see some pretty slick videos produced by Sean.
Hey Dad, what are you looking forward to seeing at CES?
That's a really good question, Riley. What am I looking forward to seeing? The first is a 3D printer from a company called Ivy 3D. They reached out and they offered a CES pass to me if I could make it down. I said, sure, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Their printer really reminds me of the Tico. It's a Delta style printer with an opaque top and a clear bottom that lets you see the Delta arms move around. Videos they produced about this printer give it some really high bars to meet because the quality they show off is fantastic. It's a Kickstarter printer though, and all I have to do is mention the Kodama Obsidian and it's just, it's like PTSD because I don't want to cover a bunch of Kickstarter printers. So my goal is I want to visit their booth, I want to see it working, and I want to see in person the models they print with it. Because if it's that good, then that would be something I would really want to feature and show you all. Another company that reached out is Snapmaker. If you go to their website, they have showing off a Snapmaker 2, which is their new platform. And it looks interesting. I don't know exactly what upgrades there were. I was invited out and they want me to stop by their booth and they want me to take a look, which I will do. And if you have any questions about the Snapmaker 2, leave them in the comments or tag me on Twitter or something, because I'll try to get as much information about it as possible. I know Formlabs is going to be there. They're going to have a booth and it's going to be set up. I heard that the Polaroid printer is going to be there, but not in the 3D printing area. And the Kodak printer is going to be there, but not in the 3D printing area. And lastly, just on my short list, obviously that list is going to grow when I get there, but lastly, I do want to stop by the Markforged booth, and I will. One of the things that's really cool is Haddington Dynamics, the makers of the Dexter robotic arm. You've seen one of the earlier versions on Barnacle.'s Twitch stream. They have a new version that looks sleek as can be, and the goal is to get one mounted right here on this bench, which hopefully we're going to do in the near future. But for now, the goal is to go to Markforged, who is hosting Haddington Dynamics at their booth, and I get to see that thing in person.
Hey Dad, who are you looking forward to seeing at CES?
Well, David, let me tell you. So first is Barnacle.'s Jerry Berg. He is making his first trip down to CES this year. Part of the reason he's going is because I poked him a little bit and said he needed to go. I said flights were cheap. You know, he's all about tech. He's feeling better about himself. He's lost a bunch of weight. He's doing great, and this is just a fantastic opportunity for him to get out and be around a bunch of really cool tech. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Jerry down there and hanging out with him and browsing some booths and having a good time. Sam is going to be there. You know her as Samantha Snyder, I think it is, on the Twitter. She used to work for Micro Center. Now she's freelance or doing something that I don't know about. Dave and Mara from Banner Hackers are going to be there. It's funny, last year at CES, I was out having some drinks with Dave and others. It was probably 2 o'clock in the morning and it was probably a few drinks in that I told Dave that I really wanted to go full-time at YouTube and Matter Hackers could help make that happen. And he said, hey man, send me a note. I'm sure we can work something out. And sure enough, a month later, I was full-time. A lot of it was thanks to Matter Hackers and their initial massive support of the channel. So Dave's gonna be there, Mara's gonna be there. I love those people. They are wonderful humans and I can't wait to see them down at CES. Another person I wanna see is Chris Fox. Chris works for Tormach. He does some video production on the side, but he also has a channel called The Bourbonite. And Chris said if I could make it down, he'd buy me a bourbon. And if there's anyone that I could think of that I would let buy me a bourbon, Chris is probably top of the list. This is a cool story and someone I love seeing every time she's around, as Stephanie. You know her from Stephanie Explains It All. She wanted to go to CES. She couldn't get the time off from work. So in talking back and forth on text, I said, why don't you just do a Rockstar trip? And she's like, what's that? And I said, that's visiting Vegas without getting a place to stay and just rocking out the whole time. So a 24-hour trip to Vegas, no hotel, just do it. She's like, I think I can do that. And she did. And thanks to Haddington Dynamics or Ivy 3D, depending on who gets back to her first, she's gonna have a CES pass as well. So I get to see as Stephanie. That's awesome. Jeffrey Wright's gonna be there. You know Jeffrey from the Print 3D channel. Last year before last, he did his Print 365 thing where he did a different print every day of the year. That was crazy. And he has since finished that and he's doing other projects with his printers now, but he lives in Vegas. So it makes sense for him to go to CES. And I think we're gonna walk the floor together. He's gonna try and find the Polaroid and the Kodak booths. And I think I'm gonna tag along with him because I think he knows where they're at. Finally, these two people, you may not know that they're on my radar, but the first one is Everyday Dad. This guy has a great channel where he talks about different camera tech. He is like a camera master, it seems like, and he's reviewed all sorts of cameras and lenses, and he just loves tech, and he's awesome. He's gonna be there, so I really wanna meet that guy. I really wanna shake his hand and just say, man, it's really good to meet you. Finally, last but not least, is the guys from Kinotika. Kinotika, right, K-I-N-O-T-I-K-A, Kinotika. When I was researching the Pocket Osmo before I bought it, I wanted to see what the reviewers said, and I thought their videos on the Pocket Osmo were some of the best, some of the most unbiased, and just straight up factual presentations that you could get on a camera. So I'm really excited. They, I believe, are going with Everyday Dad or vice versa. So I think If I can meet up with Everyday Dad, I think I can meet up with the guys from Kino Tinka, or if I meet up with the guys from Kino Tinka, I can meet up with Everyday Dad, and I think it'll just be a wonderful Vegas story. Well, that's it for now. Wish me luck in Vegas. CES is a ton of fun. I'm just looking forward to my 3rd year in a row. Don't forget to hug each other more. I love you guys, as always. High five.